Hey, I'm Greg Pimlott. I'm a United Methodist pastor from Indiana, and I'm a delegate to the United Methodist General Conference in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm making some video updates for the folks back home. I hope you like them. It was a day of continuity and coming together at General Conference. The gavel of the President of the Council of Bishops was passed as Bishop Tracy Smith Malone became the first African American woman to hold the position. We celebrated coming into full communion as a denomination with the Moravians, which was a denomination that was instrumental in the beginning of Methodism, as it was important in the Wesley's faith development.
And now, may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace.
We also celebrated the achieving of full communion with the Episcopalian Church. And we heard from the Reverend Dr. Jerry Pillay, who's the head of the World Council of Churches, which is an ecumenical body that the United Methodist Church is a part of.
Where is mercy when thousands of people are denied access to humanitarian aid? Where is mercy when hundreds of migrants drown or die while fleeing from their countries? Where is mercy when human rights and dignity are denied, deprived, and violated? We cannot be silent. We dare not be silent. Christians need to stand up for justice, and we need to stand together. In unity is our strength. We are better and stronger together.
All of this coming together and this bridge building and this ecumenism was particularly interesting right now, as we as a denomination have just gone through a terrible season of disaffiliation and disunity. It seems to be a season in the life of our denomination of joinings and separations, of building up and tearing down. And I think that's actually probably true of life always, and not just in the church. It's so easy to get swept up in the excitement, and yes, I do mean to say excitement, of tearing down and separating, of throwing stones and destruction. Unity and coming together are harder work. They don't lend themselves easily to sound bites. They're often mundane. The work of unity and coming together at times is even boring and ordinary. And it's true that sometimes we need to tear something down in order to build it back up again. But the biblical vision of God's intended future for the world is a vision of lions lying down with lambs, of siblings living together in unity, of God wiping away every tear from every eye. We are better together. General Conference is starting to get long. The delegates are starting to get tired. But even in the midst of all the fatigue and the tiredness, and even because of it in some ways, there was one very heartening moment. Because General Conference has been delayed for 4 years, there were no youth who were eligible to be nominated for a position in the church that needed youth representation. And so at the end of what was a very, very long day, the delegates to General Conference voted to extend our day even longer so that we could take the time to do the things that we needed to do in order to get youth nominated and prepared to be a part of this body within the church, basically so that we could empower and involve youth.
That is 6 nominations for youth delegates. Are there any nominations from the floor?
And if you are a youth who is listening to this update, I want you to know that I saw today and we saw today that at every level of the United Methodist Church, your voice is important, your voice is valued, and your voice matters. And it matters to this pastor too.